Hello guys. So welcome to this session basically. So what we're going to be doing in this session really is just like I'm going to be trying to answer some of your questions about the task. Hello guys. So welcome to this I'm going to be trying to answer your questions about this particular task 3. So please, if you have any questions, basically, I think there have been some questions in the Discord thread that we created. So I'm going to like start with those ones. So if you have any other questions that you want to ask specifically, because that's going to be the main point of this meeting. If you have any specific questions, any specific blockade why you've not been able to like attempt this task or actually submit these tasks, then now's the last time to just ask them, and then I'll try and just do justice to the questions. So basically, task 3 has 2 parts here. There's the ERC20 part, and then there's the ERC721 part, which is like the NFT part basically. So I think I did a mini class, well, yesterday, where I sort of like explained what was expected of you for the ERC20 part. So I expected a lot of people to have submitted after that, but it seems you guys still didn't get it. So I'm just going to try and go through it again, and then like just go through what you're expected to do basically. And then if you have any specific questions, because I'm not trying to do this, I'm not trying to actually solve these stuff for you. I'm just trying to give you as much pointers as possible and help you as much as possible to be able to actually solve these stuff. So for the ERC20 part, like I said, you are only expected to write if you use the Open Zeppelin imports, then you only have to write one function of your own basically, and that's the buy token function. That's the only function you have to buy, and once that's the only function you have to write. Sorry, and once you write this function and you test it and you see that it's right, then you submit. That's the first part for ERC20. You don't have to do that much. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on the Discord thread, so that if there is any question, I'm just like going to get back to you guys. So the first question that I can actually see here is the ERC20 token and ERC721 token going to be in the same contract? No, actually, we expect you to write different contracts for them. So we expect you to put them inside different files. Of course, we might put them inside the same repo, but then you should have different files for them. So there should be an ERC20.soon and then an ERC721.soon, like different files basically. So they cannot be in the same contract. You can't have them in the same contract. So like I said again, I think the ERC20 token task should be very clear by now, except if you have any specific questions about how exactly you should go about writing the buy token, then we can talk on that more. Okay, so you said I tried to compile my ERC721 contract as a beginner to coding, and okay, so when you try compiling your contract, what exactly happened? You're not telling what exactly happened there. Did he error out? What was the error message? So as much as possible, if you face any error, just paste the error message here, and we'll try to tackle it together and see exactly what's going on. So once you should actually learn to use Open Zeppelin stuffs. Yeah, if you learn to use Open Zeppelin stuffs, it's going to be completely easy for you guys, like really easy for you guys once you start using Open Zeppelin stuffs. Yeah, so I'm just going to open my wizard. I think you guys should have seen this a couple of times now. The mentors that actually recorded the video made use of this. So if you make use of this wizard, it cuts your work by about 70%, your coding by about 70%. So let's say for the ERC20 token now, you decide you put the name of your token here, my token. I'm just going to leave it as my token, and then the symbol. And then, like I said, you're going to like pre-mint 1 million. And you are going to like make it mintable. That's all basically. So your ERC20 token is basically done. Like the basic stuff is done now for your ERC20. The only thing that is missing now is the buy token function that you have to write yourself. Now, in the last class, I actually explained how you are going to write this buy token function how you're going to calculate. I think the calculation was what was giving most people, the blockade. But once you know that the user is going to be sending a message of value and you know the rate at which your token is going to be going at, I think we pegged the rate at one ETH for 1,000 of your token. So basically you have to just do the simple math of if one ETH equals 1,000 of your token, then basically um how many of your tokens can the amount the user is selling purchase. So if the user is selling 0.5 ETH, then you should be able to calculate how much of your token they are going to be getting. They should be getting. That's just all you have to do in your buy token function. Yeah. So I'm really trying as much as possible to not write this out for you, to not write the function out for you guys, because it's actually going to be fun if you are able to write it out yourself. Just like the buy token function, user is going to be sending value, and make sure that you capture the value and give him what he deserves using the mint function. Now, let me just give you a framework. So, like I said, you know what the rate is going to be. So, you could just have a variable that's going to store your rate. It's going to be unsigned integer basically, and then you can call it rate. Yeah. Make it public so everybody can see your rate. I hope we know what these stuffs are for. So this basically means you want to store a number here, and this means that you want people to actually to be able to like view this this variable, and then you basically just save it direct as 1,000. So it means that one ETH is going to get the user 1,000 of your token, and then you should try as much as possible. Once you are working with your token, try to always factor in your decimal, because Solidity does not. Whereas the concept of decimal in Solidity is because that Solidity does not play with decimals, like actual decimals. So you can't have mathematical expressions where you have something like 0.5 or 1 point something. You can't have points in decimals. So that's why we have to scale it up by a large number. And if you check decimals, they are mostly in most of like the most common ones are actually in 10. I think Earth is in 10. So our token is also in 10. So once you are working with your token, always make sure that you factor in this part, which is your token's decimals. So this is basically going to be your rate. Now you know your rate. Now I'm not going to write this function. I'm just going to like show you what, like the framework of what it should be. So there's going to be a function, call it buy tokens.
Hello, everybody. Sorry, I think he had network issues, but he'll join back as soon as possible. Please, let's wait for him. So before he comes, my name is Chiki Ray. So please, I would advise everybody to drop all questions in the trend we created on the announcement channel. It will be easier for him to see it if it is there. Thank you.
Sorry, I think you're back. I think I was my time for a while. So so that's basically what your buy tokens should do. I'm going to be moving on quickly to the RC721 partner because it seems like that's where there's a lot of questions are right now. So yeah, 721 and on-chain metadata. What does it mean? Now, if you are the live session yesterday, we talked about decentralized storage and how if we're going to be building something decentralized, then we need to be storing our data in a decentralized place also. Now, if you of course you've heard what NFTs are. Basically, NFTs are just pointing to an asset. Now, so like the most popular form of these assets that we know now is pictures like JPEGs and stuff like that, digital arts sort of. Yeah. So I'm going to be showing us how to now, if you I'm going to be showing us how to basically build this ERC721 and how to I'm going to be telling us how to put these metadata on chain. So the metadata is basically just a JSON file that contains the data. That's what metadata is basically. So it's just a JSON file that contains the data of the NFT. So imagine the NFT is going to have name, description, and the image sort of. So if you come to our wizard again, just click on your 721 part, and then you want to be able to mint. You want the IDs to increment by themselves, and then you want to be able to store URIs sort of. So so this is just the basic framework of ERC721, and if we decide to open it in our remix, we are going to have a basic framework of the ERC721 token. Now I'm going to quickly explain each function as it is. Now this safe mint, what it just does is it mints. You know what minting means? That's just basically putting out new tokens, issuing new tokens to the caller of the function. You understand? And so and then bond basically just removes a token from supply. And then there's the token URI, which is the important part. So this token URI is each token that you mint is going to have its own metadata, and each metadata is going to have a URI that you store in this contract. Now, how quickly you can actually store this metadata on chain is to use some of these clients that are popular like Pinata and the likes. Can you guys hear me? Because I can see some comments like you can't hear me. I hope that you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you. Was that time your network had issues?
Okay. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to be showing us how to upload these metadata to any storage of IPFS basically, but then there are clients that help you to upload these metadata quickly because they have a node. And if you have been coming to our live sessions every night, then you should understand what running a node means basically. So there are a lot of clients. There is Pinata, which is probably the most popular, and then there is NFT.storage. So if you could just do this with me, just go to NFT.storage on your browser. You're going to come to this place. You can sign up with your GitHub if you have one. And then I'll just go to the files. So basically, what is happening now is in your ERC721 token, when you want to mint, remember your ERC20, when you wanted to mint, what your minting function takes is just the 2 and then the amount. Now for ERC721, you can only mint one. Yeah, ERC721s at these NFTs, they are what we call they are unique. So they can only ever be one type in existence. So you can have multiple of one NFT. You understand? That's like the idea behind NFTs. So you can only mint one to this user, and then the URI. The URI is basically going to be the metadata of your ERC721, and that is what I'm going to show us how to create now. So if we go to this is my NFT.storage, you can see I have a lot of files up already. So now you can okay, please, if there are any questions, you can read them. You can just stop me, and I have to answer them before I go on. Then I'll answer them. So I'm basically just trying to create a JSON online, so you can use your text editor or whatever to create the JSON. So like I said, the metadata just means a JSON file. That's just what it is. If the metadata and semantic in there was confusing you, then it just means a JSON file sort of. And this JSON file is going to contain the data of your NFT. You understand? It's going to contain things like the name, the description, just everything that is there. As you can see, this JSON file now. So your NFT is going to obviously have a name. So let's say my NFT. Yeah, and then the description, it will be the first NFT I minted. Super cool. Yeah. And then now the image is where it gets trickier. The image is, you should also put a link here. I mean, if I know most of us are coders, but we are familiar with CDNs and how you actually reference images by link. So what you are going to be doing here is you are going to be referencing your image by link. So that means you have to be uploading two things. You first have to upload your image, get the IPFS link, then you paste it here. So let's first try and upload an image. So I'm just going to choose, you can go to the upload part of NFT.storage, and then I'm going to choose a file. And then I'm going to just choose a random image. Okay, so let me just pick this, and then I'll just click on upload, and then it's going to upload it. So it might just take a while, and yes, as you can see, it's going to upload this NFT. So if I click on it now, it's going to so this is basically the image that I uploaded. Yeah. So what I need now is this link. So basically this is what we call an hash. Now an hash is basically how IPFS points to your data. So there's something called content-based addressing. Now IPFS is not pointing to where your NFT is stored. It is pointing to your NFT directly. You understand? So in case, no matter how your NFT is moved, you can be assured that the link, if as long as that link does not change, then what is there will never change. So it's going to always point to NFT, and that's one of the reliabilities of IPFS. So I'm going to copy this my image link, and then I'm going to come to my image here and do this sort of paste it here. That's the image name, description, image, and then properties. So properties are not like, they're not super important. I mean, just in case your NFT has some properties like the trait type, stuff like that. What else can it have? Say value. So whatever I put here is just like the characteristics of your NFT. So in terms of game, we have seen a wide use of NFTs in gaming these days. So in case where your NFT is for gaming, then you might have a certain NFT might represent a player, and then the player properties might be, his shooting skills, his scoring ability, his heading ability, his jumping skills, and stuff like that. So that's just what properties are for when it comes to metadata. And again, like I said, metadata are just data of your NFT. So now, so this is our JSON file. I'm going to save it. Save. I'm going to say my NFT.json.
Popoola, please, whenever you're ready for a question, just tell me.
Okay, yeah, let one come in now, so I won't be like, just let one come in now. Just read some to me now.
Okay, whenever you're ready, just give me signal.
Okay, so let's just, so now I have the JSON file, which is now my metadata. So I cannot directly put my metadata on in this contract I have to like upload it to IPFS again so that I will get a link, and then my contact will always reference that link. Since we know that link will never change, so my contact can securely and reliably reference that link, and then anybody that wants to check my NFT can see my NFT through that link. So I'm going to click on upload again, and this time I'm going to pick the JSON file, and then I'm going to like upload, and it's going to take a while, and yeah, it's going to appear. So if I click on it, you would see that would be having a JSON file sort of. So now we can then go to our contract. So as you can see, this is the JSON file that we uploaded. So we can then go to our contract. So this is our ERC 2071 contract. We could go to this contract, deploy it. Let's just try and deploy it quickly on virtual machine. Deploy it quickly. And then we can try and mint. Yeah. So let's say I want to mint to myself. This one does not require any payments. And then so now this URL string is going to be the URI of the my metadata. You understand? So I'm going to copy this hash and just do a come here and do so this is going to be the URI, and then I can just transact it, and basically it has been minted. Now how do I know it has been minted? Let me try and get my balance. And you can see my balance is 1. Okay, so if I input the token ID here, you can see that what it returns is the URI. So this token URI is what anybody that wants to access your NFT's data, they are going to call this token URI function, pass your NFT ID, and then it's going to return to them this link. Now, this link is what they can then take, paste it in wherever they want to paste it, access it however they want to access it, and then they will get your NFT data, your NFT name, description, and image and properties. So that is like basically just the idea behind metadata and NFTs. So Chike, please let the questions come in.
Okay, let me look.
I think I can actually see the questions now.
Yeah. So one of the questions, let's see if we can start from the beginning. It says, how do we put our metadata on chain in the contract code for the ERC 721 token?
Okay, so can the person just verify that he still has that doubt? Because I think I just showed you how to upload your metadata now. So I think what I did now, what I displayed now, should actually answer that question. So in case the person is still here, let them just verify that they still need a further explanation. I'll do that. But if he's not around there, maybe you can move to the next question.
Okay. So the same person said, can we get a detailed guide on how to install Truffle from scratch? The ones used to explain on the YouTube videos already had the software set up and installed.
Okay, so the thing is, like most of us already have it now. I already have it on my system. So how do you expect me to actually show you installing it? You understand? So what we could do is we could show you a resource. There's a lot of resource out there on how to install Truffle. If you have any specific issue, if you face any specific issue, come to Discord. In fact, okay, I'm saying it right now. If you have any specific issue installing Truffle, DM me with the specific issue, and I'll try to help you get it resolved. There's no how we can actually start from scratch since we already have it installed, all of us. So if you have any specific issue why you were unable to install Truffle, come to my DM, or basically just tag any of the mentors on the channel, and we'll try to get it resolved.
Okay, got that. I hope you're hearing this. So the next question says, are we meant to use Open Zeppelin, or are we writing from scratch?
to be honest, do what works for you as long as you're able to produce a working answer. Yeah, but of course, there is this mantra in coding that says don't reinvent the wheel. If there's something that actually does what you are going to do, then if you want to feel yourself and do it from scratch, please by all means indulge us, do it from scratch. We love it, we love to see it. But then there is deadline, you're not really a pro, just use Opus Airplane. It will help you learn a lot actually, reading their code and stuff like that. So it depends on you, whatever you want to do, yeah, but just whichever you use, it's fine as long as you get the job done.
Okay. Yeah. The next one says, when writing my buy token function for the I mistakenly went to another channel. So this might actually take time. Let me try opening from my phone. What are you seeing where I'm reading from?
No, I don't know. Are you reading from Discord or YouTube?
Yes, from Discord, from the beginning. Those that posted as our last night.
Okay.
You just have to like scroll up. I'm going there now.
For the RC20 token contract, how do I increase the token balance of the receiver's address? I'm not clear on the solidity syntax to use for this. How do I increase total supply? Okay, so if you like, I don't know if this person is actually around, but if you followed when I started this video and I talked about RC20, that's why I said use Opens Airplane. If you use Opens Airplane, all you have to do after you have calculated how much you want to give the person is just call the main function. Once you call the main function, everything else is handled for you. Everything else, the function is going to increment total supply and it's going to increment the receiver's balance. So all you just have to do, all you have to worry about, like I said, is just one function. Calculate the amount the user is entitled to and pass it into the main function. The main function is going to do the rest for you. End of discussion.
Okay. The second question says, how do I increase the total supply of the newly created token?
Yeah, that's why I said once you call the mint function, it's going to increment by how much you pass to it. So if you call the mint function and you say mint to this address, mint 20 tokens to this address, the mint function is going to add 20 to the user's address and it's going to increase the total supply by 20.
Okay. The person said that the tax clearly states that the total supply is fixed.
Yeah. So why is it possible? Okay. Yeah. So now total supply is increased. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Sorry I should apologize probably for using the word fixed. Yeah, but total supplies are something that they are not it's not something that is not elastable. People increase total supplies, projects increase total supplies. That's why we have inflationary and deflationary projects. We have projects that they will never increase their total supply, and we have projects that the total supply is constantly increasing. For example, Ethereum as a project its total supply is constantly increasing. Now, Bitcoin as a project, well, its total supply is increasing until it reaches a certain point where it will no longer increase. So yes, total supply can increase, and we are sorry for using the word fixed, but then just follow instruction, increase total supply. Yeah.
Okay. So next question says, how do I set up the IPFS CLI and how do I use it to create ERC721 token?
You don't have to use the IPFS CLI. Except you have a node you want to connect to. That's why I say you use clients like Pinata or NFT.storage or any other client that you see basically, but you can't actually just use the IPFS CLI. So I just showed you a way of actually uploading metadata without using the CLI now. So I guess this question is also resolved.
Okay, thank you. So it says, my main issue with the ERC721 is how to include metadata details. Have you handled that?
Yeah. I showed them. That's why I already showed how to upload ERC721 metadata.
I think it's a continuation. I don't know. Let me just read it out and see if it says, I have been able to upload the IPFS and gotten the CID and IPFS link. It's now how and where to impute it in the code. Set token URL is saying undeclared identifier.
So the person that posted this question, I think it's PL. I think he's typing now. So PL, if you are online now, you're watching this session. So could you just clarify that you are actually you are still not clear on what to actually do? because I saw him typing, but I'm not sure he's actually listening to this video. So basically, I already showed you how to do these stuff. You are going to put the URI in the mint function. So when you want to mint, that's when you input it, and then from the mint function is going to take care of setting the URL for you. So all you just have to care about is making sure that your mint function takes in the URI, and then the mint function is going to do the rest. So that's why, again, it is nice for you to use OpenZeppelin.
Okay, thank you. The next question says, please, can you share the link of, that one, please, that one's already in the tags. Please, anytime we give you tags, we normally add resources, go through the resources. There's Google. There's nothing you cannot find on Google. So please try as much as you can to research. This will help you to learn more. Okay. The second one says, please, can a brief tutorial be made on how to upload or host image on IPFS?
Yeah, I think that's what we just did now.
Okay, thank you so much. Shall I go on?
Yeah, go on.
So, okay, it says, who is using Truffle for the ERC20 token assignment? I need help. While compiling, I'm getting an error saying, can't find a module name, how do you pronounce that stuff? .env, that's DOTENV.
And let him install .env. You have to .env is another package on its own. You have to install it. So make sure that you npm install .env.
Okay. Says another one says, I can't see any tags apart from the one submitted. Okay. Please reach out to me or any other coordinator to help you with this or to report the problem. Another one says, I have a lot of pending tags on my Rinkybyte testnet MetaMask. I've been waiting for it to go, but it's still the same. Please help out. I'm not sure I understand this question. Do you?
Yeah, so pending transactions. Well, maybe the gas fee you sent was really low or something. So just try and cancel them. I mean, they're not important anyways. So just try and cancel them, or if you are using MetaMask, then you can actually split them up. But if not, then just cancel them.
Okay. It says, are we uploading both ERC20 to IPFS? I don't understand. Both. It's not just one.
No, you can't upload ERC20 to IPFS. IPFS is only for uploading metadata, and it is only your ERC71 that needs metadata. So yeah, no, you are not uploading ERC20 to IPFS.
Okay, so it says, can we use metadata on IPFS rather than on-chain?
That's what we asked you to do. So I don't understand the question. That's what we asked you to do. We said put your metadata on IPFS. So what's the question? Move on, please.
So you see, there's no problem there. It says, is there a step-by-step guide on how we can achieve these tasks? Because it seems very confusing.
Yeah, well, maybe you should ask step-by-step questions instead of asking. But I mean, I just showed you a guide now, basically. So if you have any other questions, then just tag me and ask.
So please watch this video, and if it's not enough, Google is there for you. And mentors are also available. It's not just about Google. Just ask specific questions so that we can, or they can know how to help you, please. Okay. It says, that remix can, it says that remix can make someone cry, Sha. Someone will be writing code and to just swipe off after you have finished the hard parts. Yeah, sorry. Says why remix? Let me see if there's another question. I'm not.
Chiki, are you there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm looking for a question because people are also dropping comments. Okay, so I've seen another one. It says, please add the ERC20 and ERC721 tokens going to be the same contracts, going to be in the same contract.
I already answered the person, so I already answered the person. I already told the person was like it's not going to be in the same contract, basically. It's going to be different files. I already answered it. I think that was the first question I answered when I started the stream.
Okay, I'm not. There's a possibility you must have answered this one. So it says, how do we put our metadata on chain in the contract code for ERC 721 token?
So if you watch this video, the mint function is where you put your function, your URI. So once you get to your URI from IPFS, then you come to your mint function, and then your mint takes an address and then the URI. So you just put the address in the URI here. That's where the address goes.
Okay, thank God. It says, after deploying my ERC 721 on testnet, I couldn't verify because of the libraries. It said unable to generate ABI and bytes.
Can you come again?
Okay, I'll come again. It says, after deploying my ERC 721 on testnet, I couldn't verify because of the libraries. It said unable to generate ABI and bytes. Did you get the question?
So if you are going to verify your contracts, then maybe you should flatten them with remix first before you verify, before you deploy them. So basically that would help you to have all the codes in one piece, and then you can easily verify. So if you want to verify, it's actually easier that you have the codes in a file than importing libraries from like OpenZeppelin and stuff.
Okay. It says, I didn't understand the on-chain metadata parts of our ERC 721 token.
I already explained this one when I was talking in the video, so the person should watch the video.
Okay. Thank you. It says, I did the Pinata stuff today and the ERC 721, just as Eniola did on the video on NFT. How do I fix all this together? On the ERC, I think it's a different part. Okay, let me just read it out. On the ERC 20, I have seen a lot of videos and it goes on using different IDE, which makes it confusing. The on-chain too, I don't know what that is. If it's possible, I prefer we have a guide on how to do the tax, something like a step-by-step basis, because I'm very new here and I don't really understand it.
So well, I really don't know how to answer this question step-by-step basis. You have to actually, I mean, you've seen a lot of resources. You have to actually attempt something yourself. Just attempt it first. If you have any specific question, you should be able to actually nail down your questions at this point. Make sure you have specific questions. Once you come with these specific questions, come to the channel, tag the mentors, paste the questions, paste the specific questions. We try to make the videos as step by step and as basic as possible. So if it still does not point you to where you should start, then maybe you should start asking more specific questions. But watch the videos again. Watch this video again from start. I think I explained how to do the RC 20 and 721 in this video too. So just watch all these videos. If you still do not understand how to go about it, then make sure you ask specific questions. Tag the mentors and ask us specific questions. Like, is there something that is failing? Are you facing an issue? Just ask us basically.
Okay. Like you said, we didn't want this to be like everything we gave you, so that it won't be as if we did the tax for you. We still want to give room for you to learn, to research, and to go through the resources that we sent. Okay. It says, the next question says, every time I try to run truffle test network Rakibai, I always get the following response: error, unknown arguments format passed to new HD wallet provider. Please check your configuration and try again at object.getOptions. Please help. I think you have to actually look at this to understand what I'm trying to ask. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm actually seeing right now. Okay, so basically you
Um,
have to actually show more than this. So if you can like paste what exactly you are passing into the HD wallet provider function, and then we can see what is actually going on. So I can't actually use much from this function, from this error that I just posted, from what you just said basically. So we can like paste what you were trying to do and the error that occurred, then I can be able to actually help better. Yeah, so next question. Uh is that no other question? Okay, he said, I think Pierre said, are we putting only the URL on chain? I thought we were supposed to put all the data. Yeah, so once you put, this is exactly what the URI is for. The URI is supposed to be pointing to the metadata. So we don't obviously, we don't want to be clogging the network is already clogged enough. We don't want to start and uploading metadata onto the chain. So that's why we say you upload your metadata to IPFS. IPFS gives you a URI. Then the URI is what you actually put on chain. So once anybody queries that URI on chain, once anybody queries your on-chain contracts, they can get the URI, and through that URI get your metadata. So that's just why the URI is there. Yes, the URI is what you put on chain. I hope it's clear. So I think there's no more question on the Discord thread. Chiki, are you there? So there's I think there's no more question. Yeah, Gordon, you're welcome, Gordon. So yeah, I think there's no more questions on the Discord thread. I'm not sure if there is any other question on the YouTube channel, on the YouTube stuff.
yeah, we have some questions there, if you don't
Yeah,
mind.
yeah.
After this set of questions, then we'll call it a day for this Q&A session.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, where's the questioner?
This space something doesn't work when another app is open. So I'm currently on YouTube now and I'm checking. Someone says, must we use I think it's .json editor? Can't we use Remix? You can use Remix now, Abby.
Yeah, you can we must we use you can use remix now. You just use remix. In fact, this task is so basic that you should be able to get it done on remix very easily. You understand? So just get it done on remix quickly. It doesn't take much for you to get it done on remix.
Okay. It says, how do I build a payable function? Have you done that?
Yeah, a payable function. I showed you how to do a payable function. What you just need to do to build a payable function is just to add the payable identifier to your function. So you write the function. So let me show you the function that I wrote again for your 20 so that you just grasp it. So this is the function. This is the byte token function. I just add this payable identifier makes sure that your function is payable, and that's just it. So just add this one. So with this one, your function will be able to collect payment. But if you remove this function, then your function won't be able to collect payment.
Okay. Thank you so much. It's another one says, how do I verify a smart contract? Have you done that?
No, I have not done how to verify a smart contract. So how to verify a smart contract? If I don't know if you want to do it manually, then you just go to Etherscan. If you let me just show you a quick one. Like I'm just going to show you quickly how to do it. Basically, I'm not going to verify your contract. I'm just going to show you. Once you go to Etherscan, just give me a minute. I haven't actually deployed any contract, so I'm just going to look for, you know. I don't have any contracts really. So just give me. So once you go to enter scan, there is already there is there's an option to verify your contract, and all you just need to do is paste your contract code there, and you'll be able to do it. So let me just see if I can get a contract that I created sometimes ago. Okay, so let's use this one. So as you can see, are you the contract creator, verify and publish? So you just click on verify and publish. There's the contract address, you choose the compiler type. So if what the compiler type means is if your code is if all your code are in a single file, then you pick the solidity single file. Then if your codes are in like multiple files and you did import, then you have to do solidity multi-part files. You understand? And then you can choose the open source license type. This one is probably not important, but your contract has an open source license. Then you just, I think the most popular one is the MIT stuff or whatever, and then you just click on continue. So you click on continue, and then you click on the compiler version that you actually used in compiling your contract, and then it will take you to a place where what you just have to do now is to paste your contract here, and once you do it, it's going to verify it. So that's just basically how to verify your contract basically. Of course, you can also do it with something like add that or truffle, but that's like probably another story on its own. And to be honest, I'm not really familiar with doing that. I've not actually verified the contract for that before. So yeah. So that's just how to verify a contract if you want to verify a contract. Is there any other thing, Chike?
Okay, yeah, we have one other question. It says, how are we meant to do the IPFS and mint the NFT? Have we handled that?
How are we what? Is it on
How are we
YouTube?
meant to do the IPFS and mint the NFT?
I've showed it in my video. I showed it in my this video that I did now.
Okay. Maybe we have handled that. Someone said something about I don't understand how we are to add metadata to the ERC721 token. We have done that, right?
Yes, you have done it.
I think that will be all. There's no other question.
So please, if you are still not sure on how to add metadata to your NFT, to your 721, then make sure you watch the video from start. I did a short demo of how you could do it. It's just pretty much easy. Once you're able to upload this your IPFS, once you're able to upload your file to IPFS and you get the link, then you make sure that you put the link in your minting function, and
Popoola, we can't hear you. His network, sha. So thank you so much, everyone, for coming to today's Q&A session. I hope that all your doubts are cleared. I'm seeing an extra question now. If he doesn't join back in the next 5 minutes, then you would have to drop it on Discord or locate him at Promiscuous on Discord. Thank you. So let's just give him like 5 minutes. If he doesn't join back, then you have to reach him out or reach him on Discord. So Daniel, like he said, you just have to have specific questions. You have to have specific questions, and feel free to reach out to him. He's willing to help. Feel free to reach out to him, but don't expect him to do everything for you. Just you can reach out to him with your questions and he'll answer you, okay? Okay, so Emmanuel, your question will be the last question for today. For today, like this Q&A session, sorry. So please, we're just waiting for him to join back to respond to your question, and we'll call it a night for this Q&A session. Please, you guys should not forget that we still have a live class by 8. Okay? Thank you.
Chike. Hello, Chike.
Yes, I'm still here. Thank you so much for joining back. Emmanuel asked, he said, if I used an import in my contract, how will I import it to Etherscan for verification?
If you use an import for and if you actually use if you use a flattener could actually help you get all those ones in one file. Now, what you could do is these imports basically they exist on OpenZepplin's GitHub repo. So you might have to do the tedious job of copying all these files into their own file. It can be pretty much tedious here, but yeah, that's like one of the options that you'd have, maybe the only one, if you decide not to use a flattener. So you either use a flattener or you copy all the files into separate files, into their own file. Like you bring them locally. So instead of importing, you reference them locally. If I hope that you know what referencing locally means. So basically, you provide these files locally, and then you reference them in your code locally. So instead of doing at open, you just do / wherever they go to.
Okay, thank you. I don't know if Emmanuel is still there, but I know I said this was the last question. Just this one, then you can go. Okay. It says,
Okay.
So is it the same one token URL that I can use to mint 2 times?
What is it?
So is it the same one token URL that I can use to mint 2 times? Did you get the question?
No, I did not. Is it where is it? Is it on?
It's on announcement. That's trend we created. Maybe you can look at it later or after the call. And so to ask the person, because that's the only thing he posted.
No, okay, so the token URI, I don't know, well, I don't actually understand what you're talking about. If you're listening to this video, yeah, but the token URI is the URI of your NFT. Now, like I said, NFTs are unique to themselves. So if you have, let's say, I thought about NFTs, if you have a gaming whatever now and you want to use NFT. Now, each NFT, one NFT is going to represent one player. So if you have like Ronaldo and Messi now, and you have NFT for Ronaldo and Messi, obviously the URI is going to be different because they're going to have different metadata. So I don't understand. I hope this clears up your question because I don't understand where you're coming from. But URIs are separate for each NFT. So for the Ronaldo NFT, there's going to be a separate URI because it's going to contain a separate metadata from the Messi URI. I hope.
Okay, so okay. Wow. Sorry, I said URL. That looked like an L for my phone. Okay, so Emmanuel says, what's a flattener?
So the flattener just basically flattens your code and puts it in one file so you can be able to like do everything. Just remove any of the unnecessary stuff and just it does what it does what it is called. It flattens your code. That's what I was saying.
Is there are there examples of flatteners or
like how it's like a plugin? It's a plugin. It helps you to flatten your code. Like you have different files and stuff like that. So it helps you to compress your not like compress. You compress your code for you into one file. If that's not explanatory enough, I don't know what is.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay. So Ebube typed again.
Yeah, we asked to meet. Can I use him talking about to call the meet? No, you can't, because like I said, the NFTs have to have unique URI. So basically, you should create two different URIs. So you should create two different URIs because the token. So your token one ID, your token one is going to have one URI. Your token two is going to have the second URI. So basically, as much as you keep going, then you have to keep creating different URIs for them. They have to be unique. That's it. You can't create. Well, theoretically, technically you can, but it doesn't make any sense because NFTs have to be unique. No one's going to buy your NFT. If I know that if I buy it and Chikere buys it, we are going to have the same thing. We want something that is unique. So no, you cannot use the same guy to make two NFTs. You should not use it rather.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm guessing that will be all for the night. If you have any further questions, reach out to him. He's the mentor that's been on the trend. So thank you so much for attending. Bye.
Bye.